But speaking about teams there for the taking, I think Man City were there for the taking yesterday in the EFL Cup final. So let's move on to that topic. How did you see the, Did you feel the game yesterday? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it like I was babysitting at the time, and I already knew we was going to lose. To be honest with you, 1-0 was, they won the game. I think they deserved to win the game. Like we played well, like given the team we were up against and how serious they take the Carabao Cup. But we were never going to win that game. It didn't matter who we had in charge. We could have had Ryan Mason, Jose Mourinho, Ancelotti, Maurizio Sarri, whoever you want. We still lose the
To
game.
be honest with you, I slightly disagree with that. The reason why I disagree with that is because Jose Mourinho's built his career on one-off games, one-off cup finals. You look at what he's done in the league over the years on the one-off games. You know, where Liverpool were going for the Premier League, he took Chelsea to Anfield, and he put the Mourinho masterclass, and he got Chelsea to win. All right, Gerrard slipped, but I think there was already 1-0 down at the time, weren't they, when he slipped or something like that?
So.
Mourinho, he's known to do it. And I think like the fact that they sacked him a few days before, it is horrendous. I think he could have got you to win. I'm happy that they sacked him because I knew you weren't going to win the cup then. And that was, for a West Ham fan, that was brilliant because, them scenes yesterday, seeing Son crying, and I was sitting there watching it, and I was like, show Harry Kane on the screen, show Harry Kane, and they wouldn't show him, and then they showed him picking up his runner-up medal, and I was like, yes, brilliant. And then I saw a video today, and it was Harry Kane 3 years ago. It's absolute priceless. I think I sent it to you. He was like, if we don't, I want to win all the trophies. I want to win the Premier League. I want to win the Champions League. I want to win the FA Cup. And if in the next 3 years I've not won anything, I'll be disappointed. 3 years are up, mate. You've not won anything.
Yeah, I know, and I'm going to go against probably every other Tottenham fan, but I want him gone. Like he just reminds me so much of prime Alan Shearer at Newcastle, and Shearer when it was his hometown club. He'd won the Premier League with Blackburn and rejected Man United and all of that kind of stuff. But he had a lot of control at the club, and I think Kane's the same. He's got a lot of control over the dressing room, over the club, the owners, and I think the money that we would get for him, even in a COVID world, we could rebuild the squad. And I think it's great that strikers are greedy and have an ego, but I think in his case, it's too much. Like we've seen it twice already. World Cup semi-final. All we had to do was pass to Sterling, 2-0, different game. We could have been in the final. We probably still would have lost to France, would have hurt more, but we got to the final, right? Champions League final, his ego took over. He's got to start, did nothing in the game. We lost. And he has carried us, he has carried us for the last few years. And if he wants to go on to win trophies, then yeah, sell him to Man City, let him go. Because fair play to him, he wants to win. He's not going to win the Premier League at Tottenham. He might win an FA Cup. He might win a League Cup, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, exactly. It's not nailed on. Like if he goes to City or even Chelsea, I wouldn't want him to go to Chelsea.
Mate, if he fucking goes Chelsea, I swear to God, if he goes Chelsea, that'll be like World War III all over again.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I wouldn't want him to go there, but he's got more of a chance at Chelsea, Man United, Man City winning the trophy than he has at Tottenham.
I think the best thing for him, it'll be to go, if he was to leave, it'll go Man City, because if he goes Man City, he's got De Bruyne, Mahrez, Foden. He's going to get 40 goals a season. And that's not even a joke. That's seriousness. Like, I think Harry Kane's a great player. I think he's the best striker England's had since Shearer. And selfishly, he needs to leave Tottenham because he's only got 4 or 5 seasons left to win things. Because he's going to start deteriorating. You look at Aguero. Aguero's 34, isn't he?
Yeah, he's out this season. He's gone from City.
And Man City are getting rid of him. But you could say Aguero's still got another 3 years in him. It's just probably because of his injuries that Man City are thinking he's not going to be able to do it anymore. But yeah, personally for me, I think that game yesterday, I was watching it on and off, and from what I saw, it looked like Tottenham had no plan. They had no, what are we going to do? I couldn't even believe Kane started because of the injury that he had. It was as if no, I'm going to start. I'm starting. It's fine. And I even thought to myself, has he had that football manager? Has he had an injection in his leg and getting him through the game? And I'm just thinking, what the hell? And then they don't start Bale. And Bale scored that goal the other day.
Yeah, this is my point. This is my whole point about Kane. It's his ego that takes over and he sort of rules the roost. And I'm not saying if we started Bale yesterday, we would have won, because I still don't think we would have done. But he has too much power in the dressing room. And I think because, we've got a manager who's 28 years old, 29 years old, whatever he is. I mean, why appoint Ryan Mason in the first place? I don't know. The man's got no
Because
next.
he's Harry Kane's best friend. So in a
Yeah,
way, it makes sense what you're saying, because in a way, Ryan Mason's name has been put on it, but Harry Kane's the one that's making the decisions.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think for me, where Mourinho went wrong and what got him the sack was selling Christian Eriksen. I think you can forget about players like Dele Alli. Dele Alli's he's a bit like Lingard. He's hit and miss. He'll blow hot and cold.
Mate, Dele Alli's overrated.
Yeah, he is. He is. Let's be
He's overrated.
He does it when
Jesse
he wants.
Lingard. We can get onto Jesse Lingard another time, but
yeah, and I just think selling Eriksen, and I said it before. I said when we sold Eriksen for pittance to Inter Milan, I was like, there's no creativity in the team. You're looking at players in our midfield. Who have we got? Sissoko, Winks, and Ndombele. They're basic. Sissoko, he's
Dombele's
awful.
alright.
He's not bad. I mean, he's got some promise, but he's not Eriksen. Harry Winks is not Christian Eriksen. There isn't anyone in there.
Mate, no.
There's no one in there.
Listen, what it came down to is the fact that Eriksen saw the writing was on the wall, and he was like, you know what, I need to leave. I need to leave Tottenham because I'm getting older, and I'm doing more for Denmark than I am in my club career. And that's the truth of it. And Denmark are not doing anything. So
I mean, again, he left probably to win trophies. So he's going to win Serie A this season. I don't know how much he's played for Inter, but he's going to win Serie A this season. So he's won a league title that's not the Dutch league title. And I mean, I don't blame him for leaving, but I think we should have replaced him. And I think the writing was on the wall for Mourinho then, because there was no plan B. There's no his way is very much like counter-attacking football and all that, and that's great. But we don't really have the pace. We've got Lucas Moura. Okay, he's quick. Everyone else is average.
Mate, with Son, the way you started the season, the way that you annihilated Man United, I was worried. Literally, I thought Tottenham might win the league, because the way that Son and Kane just had this, telepathical, I know where he's going to be. And it had the signs of what champions in the past had. And I thought, Mourinho's rolling back the years here. He's found his team. But the problem was, and I think you're a Tottenham fan, you'll know the ins and outs more. I think it was player power took over, because Mourinho does his normal thing where he loses a couple of games, but instead of taking the blame, he blames the players, and the players revolt.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Mourinho's outdated now. So his way of getting the best out of the players was to blame them, so you get a performance out of them. But I think people have said it before. People are built different these days. They can't take criticism the same way someone did 10, 15 years ago. They sort of down tools and okay, I'm getting 50, 60 grand a week. The manager will be gone in a couple of years anyway. Doesn't matter if I play, why should I do a job for him? Even with all of the stuff that he's won. And, the start that we had, you think, okay, now we're actually starting to show, the team is starting to show their promise. Yeah, it just fell apart again for those reasons. Mourinho blaming the players, negative football, no plan B, injuries to Son and Kane. And then, it all falls apart and we are where we are.
Well, that is it. At the same time, you've got freaking Bale sitting on the bench. I mean, you look at them. There's a period of time where Bale was just on fire, and then he dropped him all of a sudden. It was just oh, Bale's going to go back to playing golf.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, that's completely it. And I think when we signed Bale on loan at the start of the season, I thought, okay, now we're being serious. We're bringing him back to the club. We're making good signings. It seems to all make sense. We've got a manager who's won things. I'm not the biggest fan of Mourinho, but he's been successful wherever he's been at. He won trophies at United, and people say he didn't do much there, but he won trophies, and he finished second with that United team that he had then. And I mean, we've seen how poor some of those players were now. And I genuinely thought that we had a chance of winning something. For me, I thought we would have won or would have gone close to the Europa League. And then when we got smashed by, Dynamo Zagreb, that was when that for me, that was when Jose was, the writing was on the wall. Then.
You know how good they are from all the years of a football manager, so.
Yeah, no, they're a good team. They've got good young players. They've got players like Orsic, Maya. But we were a better team than them. But
that was going in. You went into that game thinking, ties up, ties done.
Yeah.
Let's just go coast this. We're into the next round. We'll get some other team. It's a foregone conclusion. Let's just do this.
That's
And
it.
once again, I can't lie. When I was watching it live, I was happy as hell. But it is what it is. To be honest with you, I've never really been one of these like typical West Ham fans that hate Tottenham. But for some reason this year, I think it's Son. That Son's an amazing player. I think he's an amazing player. But I just can't stand him for some reason. Just the way he runs around the pitch, the way like that Man United game the other week where he got a little in the face and he went down like he was a sack of potatoes, and then it was anyway.
It was like
That could be another.
Rivaldo at the 2002 World
Yeah,
Cup in the corner.
he got hit in the belly. Yeah,
Yeah, it was laughable, wasn't it? But